Hey everyone, it's Bad Boogl. Before we begin, I want to give a warm thank you to Halfway Dead over at Rocket Science for giving me a shout out, and for being brave enough to play with the screen flipped upside down on stream. I know that most of the people watching this video are already fans of Rocket Science, but for those that haven't heard of him or his current experiment, I'll leave a link to his video discussing it in the description. And I'll also stick a link to his Twitch down there. Alright, let's get into it. There's this sports psychologist that goes by the name of Mind Games Weldon, and I'd like to begin our discussion by looking at what he has to say about imagery. It's a really powerful technique in traditional sport because when you visualize something, you activate the exact same motor neurons as if you were actually doing the skill all the way up to the muscle. So when you visualize a javelin throw, for example, your brain fires your motor neurons all the way up to the javelin throw, all the way up to the muscle, and then stops you. You actually exercise the brain through that loop. However, since there's not really any research on motor imagery in esport, he goes on to say that it might not be good enough to just visualize whatever would be happening. You might need to visualize your fingers going up to that point, pressing the keys to perform the combo or whatever, in order for the same scientific principles to hold. I agree and disagree with him here. He's right, there really isn't any research out there on imagery and esport. However, I think we can reason based on the science and come to the conclusion that it should help. I have two arguments for why I think this is the case. The first is that motor imagery is just one aspect of imagery. There is also what I'll call effective imagery and general imagery, though I'm sure they could be further subdivided. That being said, motor imagery is only one of the types of imagery associated with enhanced performance. The other two are also on the table. The second argument is that there are at least two causes associated with better performance that imagery aims to address. The first of these causes being skill gained through imagined practice, and the second being increased confidence. And as I've talked about in some of my other videos, it seems that confidence is key to performance across all cognitive tasks. So, if we have a way to improve our confidence and maybe gain some skill, why not do it? However, like Weldon said, this is kind of uncharted territory for esports, and it's definitely uncharted territory for Rocket League. So I'm going to be doing my best to adapt this to Rocket League, but I can't make any promises for how fantastic it will be. The first step will be finding something that we want to get better at. So it could be just a shot, a save, something really difficult, or something you're looking to be more consistent at. Just pick whatever you feel you need to work on. The next step would be to break it all down into tinier movements. So, for instance, I'm not going to give you like a whole tutorial for the wave dash or something crazy, but say I was practicing the wave dash. The first thing I'd want to do is jump in combination with holding my control stick down. So I would want to imagine everything associated with that. I would imagine the feel of the joystick in my hand, the feel of the controller, what I'd see on the screen. Do whatever you can to make it as immersive as possible. Most guides actually recommend making a script for this, but I guess I'm a little bit lazy and think that sounds a bit excessive. And then the last step is rehearsing 10 to 15 minutes, or practicing 10 to 15 minutes each day with your imagery. And that's it. Please like and subscribe for more content, and thanks again, Halfway Dead, for the shout out. And hello to all the new subs. What's up? All right, bye.